Alaska. Royal Viking Line's Alaska. This summer, explore the untouched beauty of America's last frontier aboard Royal Viking Line. Cruising Alaska to perfection. Few come this close. Alaska's more than a destination. It's an exhilarating adventure where diamond-like days sparkle with clarity, traditions endure, and respect for nature and her creatures is a lasting way of life. This is a world that evokes visions of our Viking homeland, fjord-like passages and pristine waterways, where the warmth of sunshine and the crunch of snow share the same horizon. Come close, discover, as Royal Viking Line brings you the best of all worlds, all over the world. Sprawling over 500,000 miles, parts of Alaska can only be reached by cruising, and are best seen from the elegance of your own ship at sea. Imagine dining on five-star cuisine in the heart of the wilderness and tasting fine wines with Napa Valley's own vintners as you glide through the silence of the great outdoors. En route to Sitka, Skagway, Haines, Juneau, Ketchikan, the Inside Passage, Victoria, British Columbia, Seattle, Washington, and the sheer awe of our most popular destination, Glacier Bay, or past Columbia Glacier as we make our way to Anchorage on Royal Viking Line's round-trip Alaska Glaciers cruise. Royal Vikings Alaska offers plenty of time for action and adventure, as well as discovering the ancient arts and crafts carved with lines rich in folklore. In Sitka, Alaska's heritage comes alive as two distinct cultures emerge in the understanding of Alaska's past. Indian and Russian influences dominate this former capital, as seen in the festive traditions of Russian dance performed at Baranov Hall. Through the Indian and Alaskan artifacts within the Sheldon Jackson Museum, and in the skillful precision of an intricate totem etched with patterns and insights into Alaska's historic beginnings. Your Alaskan adventure is enhanced by special presentations and commentary from one of the national park rangers aboard each of our summer cruises. In Skagway, gateway to the Klondike goldfields, you can turn back time to the rush of '98. Relive the legends of the outlaw Soapy Smith. Hear tall tales of ghosts and miners, colorful characters like Klondike Kate and Skookum Jim, the saloons and the old-time dance halls, where the naughty 90s whirl out of the past. Back aboard your ship, start a lucky streak of your own in one of the most glamorous casinos afloat, the intimate Casino Royale. In the former fur trading post of Haines, native traditions run deep, and Indian ways remain linked to the cycles of nature. Chants and beliefs are ancient stories told through dance. Feel yourself pulled into the hypnotic rhythms as the famed Chilkat dancers bring legends to life. Alaska by sea, an overwhelming grandeur, a mesmerizing stillness. As you stand on deck, serrated cliffs and imposing sheets of ice surround you. Walls of glacier hundreds of feet high pierce the vibrant sky, and chunks calve off the ice face into the crystalline waters. The icy expanses of Glacier Bay. Royal Viking Line takes you deep into the drama on every one of our Alaska cruises. For those cruising Prince William Sound, you'll be awed by the 41-mile Columbia Glacier and witness it all in unsurpassed luxury. No other ship cruising Alaska has such elegance, spaciousness, and understated finery. From exquisite crystal, china, and silver service, to the culinary creations of chefs gathered from the world's finest hotels and restaurants. Enjoy the impeccable attention to detail and Scandinavian style as you cruise through some of the most dramatic scenery on Earth. Like the Tlingit Indians of centuries ago, you'll enter Juneau via the Inside Passage, the main waterway to Alaska's capital city. Explore the winding streets and old-time shops with the theatrical flavor of yesteryear. Experience the haunting stillness of an old ghost mine, an empty skeleton of the past. Pan for gold using the same techniques as the pioneers before you. There are still nuggets everywhere. All it takes is a lot of sifting and a little luck. Venture into the inaccessible pocket near Taku Lodge to feast on fresh-baked salmon cooked over an alderwood fire. Or take off on one of our flight-seeing tours. As you soar high above pristine peaks, you'll see massive blue-white glaciers, each an Ice Age wonder frozen in time. Land atop Mendenhall Glacier for views only experienced climbers are usually able to see. Melting ice trickles down narrow crevasses, forming new patterns from ancient beginnings. It's hard to believe you're walking on ice floes from time eternal, shifting and changing with every move. As we edge into the turn-of-the-century port of Ketchikan, you will wonder if it too has been frozen in time. Wooden buildings perch on stilts and harbor pilings prop up once colorful bordellos. Home to one of the world's largest collections of totem poles, this frontier town is brimming with attractions. It also hails as the salmon capital, where you can visit the nearby hatchery. Get closer to the real Alaska on a scenic charter boat through inland waterways, accessible to few. On our round-trip cruise from Vancouver, Anchorage offers a surprising look at an Alaskan metropolis. The Chugach mountain range forms a stunning backdrop of natural beauty for this modern city skyline, while Cook Inlet serves as its scenic front door. For a complete change of pace, Victoria and Seattle round out each of our Alaska itineraries. In Victoria, you'll sense the old-world charm of the harbor, where the Empress Hotel stands stately and proud, regally summoning you for high tea. English-style shops beckon you. Hanging baskets of flowers line the streets, the entire city seems to blossom in vibrant color. Wind through grassy expanses of velvet green in world-famous Bouchard Gardens. Walk through acres of stunning flora, bursting in a kaleidoscope of vivid hues. Seattle, a world-class city with traditions set firmly in place. Look out over the entire state from high atop the Space Needle as your Royal Viking ship awaits you in the harbor below. Seattle's picturesque waterfront is a lively theater of maritime entertainment.
Hey, what's that? 3 tons of rocks.
Begin and end your Alaska cruise with a complimentary stay in San Francisco or Vancouver, fabled destinations in and of themselves. Cable cars, the very symbol of the city by the bay. The scent of fresh-baked sourdough bread drifts through the air, and visitors delight in the glamour of one of the world's favorite places, where talent is boundless and street performers remain a festive tradition. Visit infamous Alcatraz. Feel the salty tang of Fisherman's Wharf. Taste the renowned chocolate while strolling the myriad shops at Ghirardelli Square. Indulge in authentic Italian cuisine in North Beach. Listen to the sing-song rhythms echo through the streets of Chinatown. Or stand on the very edge of the continent and sense the romance of the blue Pacific rolling before you. In Vancouver, Lionsgate Bridge welcomes you to one of the world's most civilized cities. Explore the charming streets of Gastown, or take a tram up Grouse Mountain for a breathtaking view. As home of Expo 86, Vancouver boasts an exciting array of things to do, and a striking beauty all its own. No matter which Alaska-Canada cruise you select, you'll have free airfare and 11 days of unprecedented beauty and discovery. Come, cruise Alaska to perfection on Royal Viking Line.